Let's have our palms face up on our hands, thumb and index touching in Gyan Mudra. Here the 3 fingers extended. Gyan Mudra is the seal of wisdom, of containing the entirety of the universe within this mudra, the entirety of all of the knowledge that is known within the universe. All of the wisdom that we collectively hold between us. On our seat, our mudra, our breath. Noticing the journey of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Our practice today is this coming together of different cultures and religions in India. We've celebrated Vaisakhi, which is the first day of the solar new year in Hindu culture. We celebrated Vaisakhi, which is the formation of we're both going to play with the same toy. Excuse me while I just get rid of this toy. Neither of them are interested in that toy all day, like children. Let's come back. Oh. Is it on? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to throw the toy out of the room. Let go. Thank you. Okay, I'm just making it worse now because they think I'm playing with the yoga class all over again. Oh. So my beautiful yogis, thank you for your patience. Let's come back onto our mat, refocus. Begin to notice how these moments of distraction, of things that happen around us, can bring us joy rather than like frustration because we've suddenly dropped out of our practice. Use that opportunity to return back to your center, return back to your focus. So re-establish your presence within this moment. If we wish to be present with each moment of our life, then sometimes we are going to be distracted by what happens in that moment. Bring your mindfulness to your breath. That flow of breath as you breathe in and out. And as I was inviting us to connect with, we're in a very auspicious period for Indians and South Asians. With this new moon, we have entered into a new year. So this time, this auspicious period, we've just come into the solar new year, the first day in the Hindu calendar, in the Vikram Samvat calendar. So this is when the sun moves from one astrological zodiac constellation into the next. So it's Vaisakhi Sankranti. It is also when the formation of the Khalsa for the Sikh community was established in 1699. It is also today Ambedkar Jayanti, which means Equality Day, to honor a political and social leader called Bhimrao Ambedkar. And he, during the foundation of India's independence, drove the movement for equality, especially around the impact of caste discrimination on the Dalit peoples. So it's a really honoring period that we're in, with the sun moving into a new constellation, with the foundation of the Sikh tradition in its in the Khalsa, or when the five beloveds were founded, and I'll talk more about that. But also this great honoring of the birth of Ambedkar, a great social reformer, egalitarian, a social activist. So, and also we've now just started the month of Ramadan, or Ramzan, for our Muslim brothers and sisters. This month of fasting, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, a month for deep prayer, reflection. So it's the coming together, the different strands of ancestry, of heritage, of religion, of culture and faith in this new moon. So draw all those strands together. Know that a period in history, something of cultural and religious significance, is happening different times in different places around the world. And once we can tune into this pluralism of faith, this pluralism of wisdom traditions, and understand that the history and culture is not just from one perspective. The significance of signs in nature differs, but also has a commonality. This movement into the new season, this movement into the new year, this movement into a new period of reflection. Bringing your hands together in prayer, or namaskar, at the heart. We're going to open our practice by saying Om 3 times. And for each Om, let's offer it up to the different religious communities of faith around the world, in honor of their celebrations, in honor of their traditions, in honor of their belief systems. Knowing that at the root of many faiths is the search for connection with the divine, with the source, with God, with nature. This exploration of our creation and the purpose of our creation. Inhale fully. Om. 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 Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. So a very rich opening for us of experience and of joy and laughter. Let's maintain that throughout our practice and link it back to gratitude, to the sense of freedom, the cause of equality, as those are the themes that we're honoring from these root cultures and traditions and faiths, Hinduism, Sikhism, and Islam. Rather than separation, we seek connection. We seek empathy and compassion across religious difference. Let's place our fingertips on the earth, lengthen through our crown, open up across the heart. Draw your shoulder blades together. Take a full breath into your heart space. Expand and welcome. Invite in. Draw upon the contribution of the diversity of cultures and faiths. As you exhale, let's bring our hands together, interlace all of our fingers, release our index, cross our thumbs, round through the shoulder blades. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, draw your fingertips slightly behind you. Again, the shoulder blades come together, the heart opens. Draw it in, inviting in, welcoming. Take a full breath in, feel the expansion in your heart space as we embrace difference. We embrace the cultural values and norms and mores of those cultures that are different to our own. Exhale, concave through your upper back. Fingers come together, cross thumbs, release your index. Inhale to reach up with purpose. Exhale with openness, then draw the breath in to embrace difference. Concave again through the spine, cross your thumbs, release your index, all of the other fingers intertwined. Inhale to reach up. Last time, release your fingertips behind you, lift your heart space, take a full breath in. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Assalamu alaikum. Exhale. Draw your fingers, hands together, interlace, release index, cross thumbs, then reach up. This time, let's exhale, turn over to the right, look over your shoulder. So when we say Namaste, I bow to you. I recognize and honor the divine within you. Sastriyakal means truth is great. Truth is one. So recognizing the universal truth. Inhale, reach up. Let's exhale over to the left. Assalamu alaikum. An honoring of Allah, the divine in Islam. And remembering the names of Allah. Inhale through center, reach up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Take a moment here, and then let's slide our hands away and come into a forward fold here. One more breath. And then let's come onto our knees. Bring our knees underneath our hips. Spread your fingers wide. Let's have your index pointing forward. And then all of the other fingers and thumbs spiraling away. Draw in your navel, so hugging your belly button towards your spine. Let's do cat, cow, Madhuryasan, Vityasan here. Lift your tailbone, dip your lower back, shine your heart, lift your gaze. And recognize here that as we move from cat to cow, as you exhale round your tailbone, reach through each vertebrae, tucking your chin, and then inhaling to lift the tailbone, shine the heart. As we move through this flow of cat-cow, recognize how the wisdom and the knowledge of different faiths and cultures flows through the world, how it passes around the world organically. Sometimes, and we know from South Asia, the Middle East, some of this has been much more of a brutal sharing through extraction or force. But knowing that as we connect as individuals, our humanity is common to all of us, and our wisdom and faith traditions are rooted within our own people, our own lands, our own ancestors. Back to neutral spine here. Take a moment, then extend out through the left leg, tuck the toes. Take a moment and then inhale, lift the left leg so it's parallel to the earth. Shift the weight into your right hand and reach forward with your, shift the weight into your left arm and reach forward with your right arm rather. Gaze directly down towards the earth. Flex the heel so that the energy is driving out through the heel. Have your fingers in Gyan Mudra, this mudra of wisdom, recognizing the wisdom in all people, in all cultures, in all lands. One more breath here. Drop the left foot to the earth and then reach up with your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, let's do a large circle with that right arm, embracing all the knowledge and wisdom that we see and hear. 3 times. And now let's reverse that circle. So we're coming in the opposite direction with that circle. Reach out through your fingertips as you do this. And then when you reach through the 3rd sphere, bring that right hand to the earth. Let's open up by shifting onto the heel of our left foot. Draw your left arm up. So now you're on your right knee where you were before, but you've shifted your body open to the left. Your whole of your left foot is in the earth. Take a moment here. Now you can stay here in this variation of plank, side plank, Ashtangasana, or you can extend your right leg long and come into the manifestation of Ashtangasana with both legs extended behind you. So you'll either have your right knee on the earth or you'll extend your right leg. One more breath here, then return your right knee, bring your left hand to the earth, rotate on the ball of your left foot. Take a moment here, bring that right knee into your heart, bring your eyebrow center to connect, and then release that left knee. So left knee to eyebrow center and release the left knee back to the earth. We're going to repeat that on the other side. If you need to rotate your wrists to release some of the tension, you are invited to do that. Now let's reach out with the right leg. Tuck the toes for the moment here. Take a moment. And then let's lift the right leg so it's parallel to the earth. Flex the foot. Have the energy reaching out through the full length of that leg and the heel of the right foot. Shift the weight slightly to your right hand if you wish. Claw through the right fingertips and the pads. So you've got these claw paws, tiger paws. This will distribute the weight. Inhale, reach forward with your left arm. Hug in your navel. Sense the energy reaching from one end to the other end of your body here. One more breath. And then let's release the right foot to the earth and reach up with the left arm towards the sky. Just twist the table. And now we're going to circle our arms. So this first we take it back and then forward, all the way round, big generous circles. And take your gaze with you 3 times one way. Keep your core engaged, keep pushing out through that left foot. That will help you to keep the weight evenly distributed. When you've done 3 circles, let's go in the reverse direction. So this time we're going forward with our arm and then up and over. And when you've done your 3rd circle, bring your left hand to the earth. Turn onto your side. So shift the weight into your left hand. Bring the right heel onto the earth. And then inhale to reach up with your right arm. Your left knee stays on the earth here, side plank, Ashtangasan. Now you can stay here with the left knee on the earth, or you can reach back with the left leg. Lift your hips if you are. Yogi's choice here. You can gaze down, parallel, or up towards your right hand. And then when you're ready, return the left knee to the earth, bring the right hand to the earth, rotate back onto the right foot. Take a moment here, bend into the right knee, bring it through to the heart, and touch your eyebrow center with your knee. And then release that right knee. If you wish, again, rotate through your wrists, one way then the other way. So let's begin to think about our practice here. Namaste. Sasriya Akal, Assalamu Alaikum, the rich cultures and traditions and faiths of India, of South Asia, and of the diaspora of peoples from that land and those religions and cultures, and what it is like for them in these different places. Also thinking not only about religious separation and persecution, but caste separation and persecution, by remembering that this is the day of one of the greatest social reformers of India, who introduced India's constitution and developed anti-discriminatory policies and thinking. One breath here, tuck your toes, inhale, lift your tailbone, pedal your feet here. So spiral again, your fingers, index finger pointing forward, all of the other fingers are spiraled away. Press into the finger pads and the knuckles of your hand so that the weight lifts out of your wrist and is distributed into the knuckles and finger pads. Hug in your navel. Reach up and away with your tailbone. If you wish to bend into your knees, because this will help make your spine longer, bend deeply or subtly into your knees. Your heels may be reaching back. One more breath here. And then let's walk forward to the top of our mat, crossing our legs, coming into a forward fold here. Your feet can be hip distance wide or big toes touching with a gap between the heels. Soften through your knees, your spine, your neck, your shoulders, your arms. Inhale to unfurl your spine, one vertebrae at a time, to come up to standing. Hold your Gyan Mudra in your hands, thumb and index touching, the 3 fingers extended. For the great religions of India that are particularly being celebrated here, not to exclude Jainism, Buddhism, or Christianity, and the plethora of religions, but thinking particularly about those that are celebrating these 2 days that we're in right now. Remember that India is a pluralistic nation. South Asia is rich with faith cultures. Inhale, hands reach up. Take your gaze overhead. Exhale, fold forward. If you want to bring a bend into your knees, bring a bend into your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on thighs, crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Surya Namaskar. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend into your knees. Rise up towards the sky. Gaze up, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twice more, going with your breath. Inhale, hands reach up, gentle back bend. Exhale to fold forward down towards the earth. Inhale, hands now on your shins or on your thighs as you prefer. Crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching forward. Crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to reach up towards the sky, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, Ardha Surya Namaskar, halves and salutations. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold down towards the earth. Hands on shins, thighs, or fingertips on the earth. Crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to reach up towards the sky, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now we're going to add on and go into the Surya Namaskar, the traditional sun salutation. Full variation here. Again, standing at the top of your mat. Feet can be hip distance wide or big toes touching, heels slightly parted here. So if I show you, you can see that there's a gap between my heels there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow down. Inhale, halfway. Hands on your shins, your thighs, the earth, whatever you choose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway in. Let's step back long with the right foot. Bring the right knee to the earth. Inhale, hands to sky. Sink into your hips here. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step back long with your left leg. Body parallel, Phalakasana here. If you wish, you can bring your knees directly to the earth. Yogi's choice. Everybody together, knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows in towards you so that they're coming in towards your rib cage. Lift your tailbone, lower your chest and chin to the earth. Ashtang Pose. Have a look at me if you're not sure how this looks. Chest on the earth, chin on the earth, tailbone lifted, knees and hands and tops of feet connected with the mat. 8 points of connection with the earth here. Ashtang means 8. Slide the knees away. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your elbows in towards your rib cage. Press into the big toes, rise up in Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend into your knees. Through table into mountain. Full breath here. Bring your right knee to the earth. Step forward with your left foot. Inhale, reach up with your right hand. Chatakasana. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck your right toe, lift your right knee, and step forward with your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold here. Inhale, bend into your knees and unfill your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Come back to standing here. Take a moment here. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So move with your breath here. Think about how your breath is flowing. We're using the in-breath to rise up and the exhale to come down towards the earth. Rise up, think of freedom. Freedom from religious persecution. This is why Sikhism was founded, the Khalsa. after persecution under the Mughal Empire, particularly Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor who was religiously persecuting and carrying out forceful conversions. Then we think about the religious persecution that we see today, particularly of our Islamic brothers and sisters. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, fold down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's step back with the left foot, bring the left knee to the earth. Low lunge here, Chitakasana. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Hands reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck the toes, lift the left knee and reach back long with the right foot. You can immediately come with your knees to the earth for Ardha Phalakasana or stay in Phalakasana, plank pose or parallel pose. Now everybody knees to earth. Untuck your toes, bend your elbows in towards your rib cage. Lift your tailbone here. Bring the chest and the chin down towards the earth. Now, if you have a very ample chest here, your chin won't reach the earth, and that's okay. We are where we are because of the body shape we hold. One breath here, slide the knees away, press into the earth through the hands, tuck your elbows, rise up in cobra, Bhujangasana. Relax your shoulders away from your ears here. Press into your hands, come through table into mountain, Padmatasana. One breath here, and then left knee to the earth. Step forward with the right foot, Chatakasana. Horse pose. Inhale, hands to sky. Anjaneyasana, variation of monkey pose. Exhale, hands to earth, or crescent pose is also known as. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step forward with the right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. And then inhale to unfurl your spine and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. So a full round of Surya Namaskar. As the sun moves from one cycle to the next, from one astrological constellation to the next. One breath here. Take a moment. Connecting with Surya energy, this heating energy. And the reason we're connecting with this heating energy is because it's Vaisakhi, the spring harvest festival, the start of a new year. So take a full breath in, allow your heart to expand and open, to welcome the diversity of religions and faiths and wisdom traditions. Knowing that there is not one world view. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, flow down towards the earth, bending your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back long with the right foot. Inhale, reach up. Keep that right knee lifted. If you still wish to bring that right knee to the earth, yogi's choice. High lunge here. Inhale, hands to sky. With your Gyan Mudra, the seal of wisdom and knowledge of other cultures and traditions. One breath here. Exhale, hands to earth. Reach back long with the left foot. Now, from here, yogis, you can come into Ashtangasan, or you can lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. So Chaturanga to the earth. So to do this, engage the core. Bend into your elbows and lower down to the earth. And then inhale, slide through with your head between your arms. Lift your hips and pelvis off the earth here. Toes are untucked. Lift your gaze. Relax your shoulders away from you. This is upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. from here, if you're in here, you'll be from here into Chaturanga. If you're in Ashtang, come up into Bhujangasana, Cobra. Wherever you are, let's join mountain, Parvatasana. Take a full breath here. We're going to step forward with the right foot. Now you can bring your left knee forward to step with your right foot, or reach back with your right foot, take it wide so it comes to the outside of your right hand, and then shuffle it in. So this gives you a little bit more space to come into this high lunge here. Inhale, rise up. Bend into that right knee. Reach back through this left leg. Reach up with your hands in Gyan Mudra. Embracing freedom, equality. Ambedkar, Jayanti. He's also known as Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Oh, Baba Sahib Bhimrao. Take a moment, exhale, hands to the earth. We're going to step forward with that left foot to meet the right. Forward fold here, bending into your knees. Let's rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to repeat the same cycle on the left side. The Surya Namaskar variations we're doing today. Expansive heart, creating warmth, creating compassion and empathy through this warm embrace. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to earth. Hands can come on your knees or thighs here, or fingertips on the earth. Yogi's choice. Halfway lift. So again, hands can be on your legs, or fingertips on earth or on blocks, crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Fold. Going to step back along with that left foot. Keep that left knee off the earth if it feels sustainable for you here. Then inhale to rise in high lunge. Janyasana. Crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth. Going to step back. Remember, your hands can be on blocks here. Step back along with that right foot. Knees lifted or knees directly to the earth. If you're coming down in Ashtangasan, knees, feet, chest and chin, you rise up into Cobra, Bhujangasana. If you're coming down in Chaturanga Dandasana, you rise up in up dog, upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Lower to the earth. Inhale, thread through with your crown. Hips are lifted here. Toes are tucked. Move back into your mountain wherever you are. And you'll notice that when I go from up dog to mountain, I step forward with my feet slightly to give me the space that I need. Again, we're going to step forward with the left foot. So yogi's choice, you can bring the right knee to the earth or reach back along with that left leg. Take that left foot wide to your outside of your left hand and then shuffle it in. And this helps you to create more space as you come forward. Shuffle your feet as much as you need. Inhale to rise up. Again, bend into this left knee, reach back through that right leg, hands up towards the sky. And I'm sure by now you're feeling very warm. Exhale, hands to the earth, and then step forward with the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, bending into your knees, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum, honoring these great religions, in amongst others, but particularly today, because we have the Vaisakhi, the Hindu New Year, the spring harvest, which is also a key date for the foundation of the Sikh Khalsa, the Sikh ceremony of the beloveds, the 5 beloveds, the Panch Pyare. 5 people were asked to step forward and volunteer for this great battle following the persecution by Emperor Aurangzeb. These 5 people who stepped forward, these 5 brave warriors, were expecting to go into battle for sacrifice, and instead they were anointed with Amrit, ambrosia, nectar, as the first 5 beloveds, and each of them was from a different caste. The symbolism of caste equality. And again, we're honoring Baba Sahib Ambedkar today. He was the architect of India's constitution after the British Raj ended, and an advocate for caste equality for the Dalit community, the Dalit people who still to this day experience great discrimination and violence. One breath here. Now I'm going to ask you to quarter turn to the full length of your mat. So quarter turn to the full length of your mat, turn to the left here. And then step across your mat. In Uttanasana Star Pose. So now we're going to draw on the moon salutation. So we've just done a round of Surya salutations, sun salutations, Surya Namaskar. We're now going to move into a round of moon salutations, Chandra Namaskar, to honor the new moon, the crescent moon, of which, when there is sight, marks the beginning of Ramadan. This month of fasting, of introspection, of prayer, of reflection on gratitude and forgiveness and generosity. Open out your arms. Bring your fingers into your Gyan Mudra. Take a full breath here. Reach behind you and place the heels of your hands on your lower back here, just at the sacrum. Draw your shoulder blades together. Open your heart. Lift your gaze. Take a full, expansive breath in, welcoming and embracing difference. As you exhale, let's round through the spine, bring our fingers together, interlace them all, extend your index, cross your thumbs, and then reach up. Purposeful here. Reaching for freedom and equality with purpose, and embracing difference and welcoming diversity. Reach back with your arms. Place your hands on the heels of your hand on your back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round through your spine. Bring your fingers and hands together in, this is called Kali Mudra, or Chapasana, Chapasana. Inhale, reach up. Having a bit of a tongue twister there today. Exhale, reach behind. Now this time, interlace your fingers behind you or take hold of opposite elbows. So if you're interlacing your fingers, you can come into this Chapasana Mudra. It's also known as Kali Mudra. Draw your hands down, draw your shoulder blades together, lift your heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, let's hinge forward from our hips. And then let's reach down with our crown towards the earth. Either you're holding onto opposite elbows or you have your hands interlaced behind. Making sure have a soft bend or a micro bend in your knees. Allow your crown to soften and relax. One breath here. Bend into your knees. Keep your hands as they are and rise up in Devyasana. This is called Kata Konasana pose as well, sometimes known as the goddess pose or the divine pose. Release your hands, open out your arms, bring them around to the front, raise your fingers in Kali and reach up with your hands. Bring your hands together at the heart, and we're going to step over to the left. One big step or lots of little steps. Here you are on the left side of your mat. Again, bring your feet either hip distance wide or big toes touching with a gap between your heels. Now we're going to flow into our Chandra Namaskar classical variation. Inhale, hands reach overhead. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. So again, keep your fingers in that Gyan Mudra. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. Swap wrists, so take hold of your right wrist with your left fingertips. Exhale over to the left. Back to center. Bring your hands in prayer at the heart. Step across the mat. Reach out with your arms. So right foot steps across, both toes are pointing forward. Arms open here. Konasana, star pose. Exhale, bend into your knees. Bend into your elbows. Devyasana or Utkarta Konasana. Straighten up, star pose. Take a moment here. Turn the right foot towards the top of the mat. Exhale, hinge into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So that left hand can be on your hips or reaching up. Right hand can be on your leg, on a block. One more breath. Bend into the right knee. Open up into warrior two. Straighten through that right leg. Turn the toes forward. Take a moment and we're going to step all together over to the right side. Bring your hands together. Reach up overhead. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Exhale over to the left. So inhale, center. Swap hands. Right hand round the left wrist. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, center, hands at your heart. Take a moment here. And we're going to go back across our mat now. So you're on the right side of your mat. Inhale, hands reach overhead. Take hold of the right wrist with the left fingers. Exhale over to left. Inhale, center. Cross hands, right wrist. Exhale over to the right. So, sorry, left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, center. Let's bring the hands together. Step across the mat in Uttanasana, star pose. Bend into your knees, turn out your toes. Bend into your elbows, Devyasana, Utkarta Konasana. Take a moment here. Rise up in star. Turn the left toes to the top of the mat. Come down, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So remember, you can have a block here underneath your hand. Right hand can be on your hips or reaching up. One breath more. Bend into your left knee. Rise up in warrior. Mahavira. Turn the left toes forward. Take a moment here. And we're going to step over to the left. So take a big step coming into the left side of your mat. And if you need to change your stance, change your stance. Hands reach up. Right hand takes hold of left wrist. Over to the right. Chandrasana. Inhale to center. Swap hands. Over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to your heart. A full round of Chandra Namaskar. Traditional style. Take a breath here. Now we're going to add on and we're going to do Skandasana this time. So Skandasana is where we come down towards the earth. So I'll guide you through. Inhaling, hands reach up. Take hold of your left wrist with your right wrist over to the right. Inhale to center, left wrist, right, left hand take hold of left wrist, left fingers rather, over to the left. Inhale to center, take a moment here, step across your mat, coming into Konasana, star pose. Bend into your knees, Utkata Konasana. Take a moment here. And then let's move our whole body over to the left. Bring our fingertips to the earth. Extend that right leg, toes reaching up. Now remember here, you're either going to be on the ball of your foot, your fingertips stay on the earth. You can also sit on blocks or a low footstool here, like so. Or you can come to sit directly on the earth with your sit bones. Or you can stay quite high. So yogi's choice will all be in different places here. I'll just show you all the different places we could be in. Doesn't matter which one you're in. If your right leg's extended and you're quite low down to the earth here, have your right toes reaching up. Skandasana. Exhale. Let's walk all the way over to the right. Skandasana on this side. So you could, if you're seated on the floor, you can get up. If you're here quite high, you can walk across. Coming into your Skandasana on this side. Take a moment here. Now let's turn onto our left, ball of our left foot. Shuffle that right foot out. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot. We're going to come into dragon pose. That left knee can stay lifted or come down to the earth. Yogi's choice here in dragon pose. Take a moment here. One more breath. Then let's lift that left knee. Take a moment here. Turn around back into Skandasana here. Your variation of Skandasana. Walk across the mat over to the left. And we're going to come into dragon pose on this side. So rotate on the ball of that right foot. Shuffle that left foot out. Right knee on or off the mat. One full breath here. Again, let's Skandasana all the way over to the right leg, however you are. And then let's straighten through that right leg. Inhale, come back to center. Open out into star pose, Konasana. Bend into your knees, bend into your elbows, Utkata. Konasana, goddess pose, Devyasana. Straighten through. And we're going to step over to the right. Bring your hands together. Let's reach up. Left wrist on right. Left fingers on right wrist. Over to the left. Inhale, center, over to the right. Back to center. Take a moment. Take a full breath here. And we're going to go back. So this will be the final round and then we'll finish our practice. Inhale, reach up. Left wrist. Hands over to the right. Inhale, center. Right wrist over to the left. Inhale to center. Hands in press across your mat. Coming into star pose, Konasana. Bend into your knees, Utkatasana. Not Utkatasana, Utkata Konasana. Take a moment here. And now we're going to come into Skandasana on the right side, your variation. So you can keep it high, you can come low, or you can sit on a block. Let's walk all the way over to the left. Skandasana on this side. Let's pivot on this left foot and come onto the ball of the right foot, coming into dragon. Stay high with your knee lifted or bring that knee to the earth. Today we're not doing variations on dragon because we're going through the classical round of Chandra Namaskar. Lift that right knee. Let's Skandasana again, left side. So you basically shuffle your weight, pivot on your feet on your left foot, come onto the ball of your left foot, reach that right foot up. Or again, you could come up slightly higher, yogi's choice. Let's walk all the way back over to the right, coming into your variation of Skandasana, low or high. And then let's bring that left foot to the earth, pivot on the ball of the left foot and twist that right heel back. And then shuffle that right foot out, bring the right hand to the inside of that right foot. Dragon here. Not long for here, we're nearly done. And then let's turn again into this open space. Skandasana. Walk across your mat. Skandasana on the left. Come back to center. Wide leg here. Bend into your knees, rise up in star pose, Konasana, Utkatasana, Konasana, joining the two words together. And then let's step over to the left where we started. Hands reach up, exhale left, inhale center, exhale right, hands back to heart. Take a moment here, shake it out if you want to shake it out. Notice how your breath feels. You wish step to the middle of your mat. Bring your hands into Gyan Mudra, fingers extended. So noticing how we've moved from Surya Namaskar to Chandra Namaskar. From this action that requires us to move and fight and battle for freedom and equality, is represented by the Khalsa movement and work of Baba Sahib Ambedkar, and then also the compassion, the empathy, the forgiveness, the gratitude that we're moving into with Ramadan. How we need religious freedoms, cultural freedoms, to be able to practice our faiths, our religions, our traditions with equality. Take a moment here, hands together. We're going to close our practice by chanting Namaste, Sasrikal, Assalamu Alaikum, and then Om Shanti. Shanti to each of the great traditions and faiths and traditions that we honor today in our practice, as a way of marking our understanding that worldviews are rich and diverse and varied. Take a full breath in. Namaste, Sasriyakal, Assalamu Alaikum. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a big breath, open your arms out wide, and then bring your hands together above your crown. Exhale, hands to your eyebrow center for freedom of thought. Hands to your lips for freedom of truth. Hands to your heart for freedom of compassion and empathy and the expression of those. Thank you, yogis.